can't even fuck for my birthday, man. Everybody coming up to fail. No cap, man. You know what I'm saying? You know?
I'm finding that there is a substantial probability that all three defendants committed the dangerous crimes that they are charged with.
You looking for somebody one day, you better look for their ass every day. As soon as you stop looking for them, somebody gonna find your ass.
Foolio's killers didn't even make it to Judgment Day. The verdict never came. The streets delivered theirs first. Word is, King Von's associates hunted them down in prison and finished the job before the court could even say guilty. So what are we looking at? Revenge from the grave or a cleanup job making sure these boys never get the chance to snitch? Now here's where things get a little bit confusing. King Von and Foolio were no friends, never had a direct relationship or music collabs. They weren't close, and while there were once whispers of some light tension between them, the truth is, they never really crossed paths like that. Foolio ruled the madness in Jacksonville. Von, he orchestrated blood in Chicago. Two cities, two kings, same deadly game. Now if your ear's been to the streets, you already know real recognizes real, and these two move the same. Same kill or be killed energy, same coded diss tracks, same body count rumors behind the bars, and same pride that got them killed. Funny thing, they were strangers, but moved like shadows of the same beast. Kill or be killed mentality, coded lyrics, no forgiveness in sight. And sources close to Foolio claim the respect was mutual. Word is they linked a couple of times, even talked about working on a collab project before Von got gunned down in 2020, according to NPR. Matter of fact, when Von passed, Foolio out there saying Von was lined by someone close, said he died too soon.
You spoke on Asian Doll mentioning King Von. Can you touch on that? You said, real shit, if something ever happened to me, don't be an Asian doll.
I see you was doing all that by bruh, King Von, but you laid up with another nigga. At that same time, like you fake, you just used his name for clout as long as you could.
Man, so always the woman that'll get you caught up.
Definitely.
That's always the weakest link.
Real shit
always
though.
the weakest link.
Yeah.
Call it a tribute or just real recognizing real. Either way, Foolio didn't throw dirt on Von. And in these streets, that silence says everything. Now fast forward, Foolio gets hit, his killers locked up, and out of nowhere, rumors spark up that King Von's people, associates still tied to the Black Disciples, are in that same jail, allegedly putting a hit on them killers to take them out. It's like Von left a kill switch behind, one that only activates when the wrong name gets whispered behind bars. The dude was feared while he was alive, and even in death, Von's name still rings loud in the prison system. The Black Disciples, they don't clock out when one of their own dies. Loyalty stays on. Y'all know gang members ain't predictable, and Von's associates are no exception. They don't trust no judge with their justice. If you cross someone they respect, your countdown starts real quick. The wildest part, everyone's got a theory, but no one's got proof. Just blood, silence, and fear. Whether they're doing this because of Von, or whether they've been hired by Foolio's camp to take out the killers, or worse, even Foolio's ops, who are desperately trying to tighten loose ends before this trial blows open, and they're dragged in. Either way, somebody wants justice, and they don't need a courtroom to get it. As y'all already know, Foolio's death was no random shootout gone wrong. We all saw the footage. It was cold, clinical, and coordinated. They moved like soldiers, rifles with shell catchers, plates switched, live location updates being fed in real time. That ain't random, that's a hit. And here's what a lot of people miss. Foolio wasn't moving reckless that night. He switched up locations multiple times, had his people with him, and even kept security light to avoid attention. But they still found him, cause he might have slipped. It's like he handed them killers a GPS tracker. Every move, every tag, every live, all that clout made him a walking target. From the hotel to the club, to the after party. Tagged the spots, went live a few times, and posted stories.
We can't even fuck for my birthday, man. Everybody coming up to fail. No cap, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
In drill culture, that's like signing your own death warrant. And if the op's been waiting to line you up, they don't need to hunt. You just gave them the route. But what if that mistake was mutual? Folks are calling it the dumbest hit ever. Foolio's killers literally gave themselves away before they were even caught. And now they're in jail with Von's associates, whose motive is to get rid of them before they're sentenced. And it gets deeper, folks. Reports say someone was tailing Foolio across town, and now names are starting to pop. Alicia Andrew, Isaiah Chance, folks saying they were at the party, texting updates. And just like that, Foolio was gone. He rapped what he lived, even when it meant walking around with a bullseye bullseye on his back, and he wore it with pride. Talked in interviews about the bag on his head. Said he knew people were trying to line him up.
Yeah.
I done heard a few rumors in the streets, but yeah, something like
because
that.
I've heard you say that before. I've heard multiple people say that before publicly, I think.
Could have left Jacksonville forever, but he stayed. Said he didn't want to run from his own hood. That was his choice.
Everybody else in Jacksonville, all the Jacksonville rappers who have a name are no longer in Jacksonville but you.
When I be out of town, it's like I just be missing. Like I be thinking about my dead homeboys. I be thinking about some of my brothers that can't leave the city because they legal situations. Like, it's just so much shit I be thinking about. I ain't gonna say I know how to move in my city. I just love my city, but that'd be like people's biggest downfall type shit.
Foolio survived hits since he was 15. Got shot with an AR. His own mama got hit 8 times just for sharing his last name. Say what you want about how he lived, but you can't say he ran from it. He knew the ops pattern. Didn't duck, didn't flinch. And when it came knocking, Foolio opened the door himself. Dude lived fast, loud, and loyal to the end. But that kind of loyalty, that kind of pride, it doesn't just die, folks. It gets remembered or avenged. Now the street is buzzing, and many are wondering what the motive is behind King Von's associates allegedly putting a hit on Foolio's killers. Now, as you know, it's been months since Foolio's murder shook Florida, but somehow, bruh, the case is only getting messier. At first, folks thought it was just another name on the scoreboard, but then the pieces started moving, and it wasn't random. It was something deeper, something way past Jacksonville, because Von's people are involved, and that's changing everything. Now, there have been lots of theories. Some believe this ain't just about Foolio dying, it's about legacy. Von and Foolio never did tracks together, never posted selfies, never even showed up on each other's live. But don't get it twisted. Those who were really tapped into the street energy knew these two saw each other. Real recognized real. Same ops-heavy bars, same war scars, same pressure from the law. And according to sources close to Foolio's camp, the two had quietly linked up at least once before Von got gunned down. They even talked about collaborating, maybe not on a track, but on a deeper alliance level. So now imagine Von's people locked up, and they find themselves staring at the men who just allegedly took Foolio out. Men who moved just as surgical as the ones who killed Von. You think they're gonna sit quiet, wait for a court date? Nah, loyalty don't end at the grave, especially not when you repped black disciples. Then comes the next theory, and this one is messy. Word is, Foolio's people didn't just stop crying after his body got laid in that custom casket. They allegedly started plotting. Sources say members of Foolio's 6 Block aka KTA affiliates been in close touch with Von's locked up associates. Why? Because they want revenge, but not the kind where 1 or 2 dudes get hit. They want every single name tied to that murder wiped out, from the trigger men to the people who dropped the location, even the ones who sat quiet but helped plan it. And if you've been following court updates, you already know the tension's rising. Alicia Andrews, the girl who allegedly tracked Foolio's moves that night, was reported pregnant in court, and that pregnancy might save her from a needle. The same goes for Isaiah Chance, who some say only helped with logistics. These are the plotters who might slide through with lighter sentences, and not the death penalty. But for Foolio's camp, that's a no-go. They are not trying to see anyone walk. They want all of them erased. And if the court won't handle it, rumor is they're sliding Von's circle something heavy to make sure somebody does. Now this third theory, it got folks raising eyebrows. Because what if this ain't about love, loyalty, or justice at all? What if someone's just trying to bury the truth, one body at a time? There's talk that Foolio's ops don't want a trial, at least not one where the defendants start naming names. Law enforcement already confirmed that more suspects are being monitored, but not charged yet. And if these current defendants crack under pressure, it could drag more names into the mud, including some big ones. One name already being side-eyed, Youngeen Ace, ATK General, 1,200 member. The man in Foolio warred for years. And as you already know, this KTA versus ATK beef ain't new. It's been blood for blood since Zion Brown got hit back in 2017. So when Youngeen dropped diss tracks hours after Foolio's death, folks weren't surprised. What shocked them was what he said next. During an interview with DJ Academics, he called Foolio his brother and said he cried when he heard of his passing.
I've interviewed both you brothers before, and I was just like, man, this is unfortunate. That could have been you.
He a cool guy.
Man, he's cool.
We don't got beef, bro. People keep saying we got beef and shit. We don't got no beef. I told you I shared a tale when he died. I really fucked with shit for real. All condolences though to him and his family and shit, his mama. No,
heartbreaking though.
Devastating.
Did you really cry?
Cried.
All that smoke, all that wreckage, and now tears? Nah, the streets ain't buying it, and neither is the jury of public memory. And though Young Geen ain't officially a suspect, people watching him real close. But it doesn't stop there. Now, Alicia Andrews ought to have given birth. Whispers in the courtroom say she's considering turning on her co-defendants. And honestly, who can blame her? If you're following a man the same night he gets slayed, and now you're facing a life sentence or worse, you might start singing too. Then there's Sean Gathright, a nobody from Mississippi, no gang ties, no beef in Duval, just appeared out of nowhere, driving the car and allegedly firing the fatal shots. That's a hired hitman's vibe. If Sean starts talking, best believe the whole house of cards could collapse. So now the question becomes, who sent Sean, and who's making sure he doesn't talk? Sean even tried to escape the jail, like he was scared of getting hit, but was caught. Some insiders believe Von's associates got wind of the whole lineup. They are already doing time. They've got nothing to lose, and they're moving on instinct, on orders, or maybe even on a paycheck. And then there's Rashad Murphy, the wildest move of all. One of Foolio's alleged killers fired his lawyer. He stood in that courtroom, the judge staring him dead in the eye, and said he'd defend himself on a death penalty case. Let that sink in. This man, facing the needle, trying to talk himself out of it solo. No legal background, no experience, nothing. The judge even begged him not to, reminding him of the death penalty sentence if he were found guilty.
And the downside to you is literally the ending of your life via the death penalty. That's the downside for you rolling the dice. That if you choose to represent yourself, then you can file your demand for speedy trial, and then a magic wand will be waved and you'll be home sooner. And I don't think that is a correct assumption at all.
The judge then asked if he was sure and had discussed with his lawyer, and he didn't flinch, but said yes.
So, I guess, Mr. Murphy, do you want to talk to Mr. Gonzalez about this any further? What is your desire?
We talked about it. It's like just sitting back there for so long.
But others, they are reading something darker. What if Rashad ain't scared of the state? What if he's scared of the inmates, of Von's associates? Because behind bars, fear doesn't come with court transcripts. It's not in the paperwork. It's in the silence during lunch, the whispers from the bunk above, and the way they stop looking you in the eye. And Rashad might have heard something that made him realize the clock's ticking louder than he thought. Florida's not holding back. Prosecutors confirmed they're pushing for the death penalty for everyone tied to Foolio's murder. It's the state's way of saying enough, of sending a message to the streets. But here's the twist. What if street justice moves faster? What if Von's crew don't wait for court dates, verdicts, or appeals? Because in the end, this ain't about justice, it's about revenge. And right now, revenge might be creeping through that cell block, ready to hit before the gavel even drops. But folks, this ain't just about Foolio anymore. It's a pattern, a chilling reminder of what happens when rap, revenge, and the justice system all crash into each other, and no one's really steering the wheel. From King Von to Young Dolph, we keep watching this cycle. Talented young black men gunned down or locked up, all while fans stream the music built off blood. It's more than just diss tracks now. It's funerals, broken families, and a new generation learning the wrong lessons. And of course, the online community been loud. One dude wrote, "This is senseless. This younger generation doesn't value life. This is out of hand. This is the very reason I don't listen to rap. They're not songs. They're war cries. And no, thank you." Another wrote, "Yo, their rap game is getting wild, man, but don't get it twisted. This story ain't over. Names are still being whispered, clocks are still ticking, and someone's next." Like, subscribe, and stay locked in, cause the next drop might be even closer than you think.